Good afternoon. My name's Glenn. I'm the geezer for the day. We're going to build a chicken merry-go-round. We have swings already in there that they used when we had our last chickens, so now we're going to make a merry-go-round. So, a good friend of mine, Pat, thanks Pat, donated his son's bicycle tire. It's sold and it's almost hard as a rock. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tube out and fill it with foam and then build them out so it can sit out in the chicken yard and they can have their merry-go-round. That's our project for today. All right, let's get started. We pull the valve stem out. It actually has a little air in it. My goodness. Not much though. Literally none. All right. See if I can get the tube out of it. Put the screwdriver down next to the bead. You just work your way around. We only have to dismount one half to pull the tube out. We don't need to pull the whole thing out. That just gets to the point where it's easy and you just pull it with your fingers. Well, that's a rotten tire. Your pieces falling off of it. But it'll work for what I want to do with it. Well, that is one stiff tire. Okay, we're all the way around now. What I do is pull the belt out of the wheel, like so. All right. Now that I have the valve stem out like that, I can just pull the tube out. And I'll keep that. You never know when you need a little piece of rubber. All right, now we just got to mount it back up on its wheel. Probably won't be very hard since it doesn't have an air tube in it. All right, easy up to there. Okay. Now I'm going to drill some holes in the sidewall and foam it. I don't have to drill that many holes, but I'm drilling that many. Okay. my can of expanding foam. I'll give you 2 tubes on this one, that's unusual. I don't even know if you're supposed to shake them, but who cares? And I'm hoping it fills everything up and then comes out a little bit on each one of these holes. That would be great, and I can just cut it off. And I grabbed 2 small drill bit. Let's go a little bigger hole. Lesson learned, don't drill too small holes. Now let's try this again. Much better. Coming out the valve stem, that's a good thing. Okay, that's forcing it out everywhere. There's the next hole. There's the last one. From the looks of it, I got foam coming out everywhere. So I think that'll be it. Throw the straw away. Blow it clean with air. Still not clearing up. Oh well. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Oops, cord's cut. Alright. As you can see, foam's coming out everywhere, which is what I wanted. This will be the bottom that's against the ground. That should get nice and stiff with all that foam expanding in there. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. Right on my extension cord. There. Had to wipe up a little extra there. But let that set a couple hours while we build a base. Ignore my work area, it's a mess. I was going to clean that up today, but decided to do this instead. I got to find something that I can mount that wheel to. That's really thin. That's off my 3-point hitch. Old computer stand. Ooh, there we go. I could drive that in the ground and it wouldn't move. weld a nut to the top that tightens into, that'd be pretty good. That's what I sold myself. Grind it down so it has a point, weld a nut on the top. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, well, I'm back. It's been a few seconds for you, but a couple weeks for me. I got sick for a week and then I had other projects to do, but I'm back. We're doing the chicken merry-go-round. So I had this old plate, it's 1 inch thick. I cut a hook out of it for my Kubota, but I welded a washer on it, as you can see right there in the middle. And we're gonna add that wheel that we filled with foam. These are our baby chicks. I think when I had this started, they were 1 week old. They're almost 4, not quite 4, but they're almost 4 weeks old. So let's just get this show on the road. Finish this thing up. Scare all the girls down there. So this is the wheel after I get done. Got to peel all the foam off of it. Should be fairly easy to finish this project up. Don't want to leave any of this foam because them girls will eat it and peck at it. Comes off pretty easy. The wheel's hard as a rock. That's what I wanted, was something we can be able to sit on. So now all I got left is where the valve seam is, because that's quite a bit of a... Nope, I didn't know where the valve seam was. Don't come out around the spokes. There's where the valve seam was. Alright. One thing I do want to do is grease these bearings. This thing's probably not seen grease in 20 years. Where's the wire brush would take that off better. Yeah, it does. Something real thick stuff. That's the thick stuff. Takes it up really good off the chrome wheel. This is the bottom side. It'll push it down also. See this. Well, I went with the plate instead of pounding rod. With the new plate, it should be heavy enough to keep the chickens from getting tipped over even inside the coop. So I placed a couple wheels on my auction silly cart, so if this works out, I'll build 2 more for inside the yard. It'd be great. Looks pretty good. Alright. Some grease on that thing. I haven't been to bicycle axles since I was young, so it's kind of set everything up on the bench so you guys can see what I'm doing. Gotta set it up here. Usually these are not tight, they're usually pretty loose. Don't look like this came with nuts. So I'm gonna have to find a fine thread nut to bolt it onto my weight. Yeah, she's been a while since she's been apart. She's stiff. So the bearings all stay together. Yeah, I don't see much grease in there. I think I better just take it all the way apart, clean the bearings, then re-grease. And looks at that crud that's inside there. These aren't regular nuts, these are bearing nuts. They're actually that help load the bearing. You put a regular nut to lock it, but as you can see, this has a bearing, shape of the bearing to help load it. Well, what's that bearing? I'm gonna clean it anyway. So bearings in bicycles look like that. There's roller ball bearings in a cage. And actually, automotive cars used to have it that way in my front axles. Been a while, but that's how it used to be. You get a rag and some cleaner. And those bearings, that grease is almost like rock hard. It's pretty old grease. Swing this so I can get some cleaner. Just kind of rolling bearings. Oh yeah, they roll a lot better now already. Trying to get all that grease out there, that old stuff. Clean the shaft up. It don't look like there's just a lot of grease all together on that thing. It's pretty dry. Now we've got to clean the sockets out of this as well. That's some really dried up stuff in there. There. Hopefully you can see. Got all the grease out of it. All the old stuff. Don't have to worry about cleaning this wheel up because chickens crap on everything. Alright, wheel looks good. I need to clean up this nut. It's full of hard grease as well. I think I got all the parts cleaned up. Looks that way. Now let me get some grease and we'll grease it all up and put it back together. A wheel bearing, you have to pack them. These are pretty full. It's nice and smooth. Where before it didn't want to spin very well. Guess we'll just put the grease in there first. Now I gotta clean all that again. Okay, where did the little bearing go? Hopefully it stayed in. All the grease. It did. Yoo-hoo. It didn't get dirty. Lots and lots of grease. Put it all back together. It's not going to do any high speed, so we'll just get the bearings are snug and we'll call that good. So it spins easily. Spotting the threads. Loose for a little while, then it tightens up. Probably from a kid hitting rocks and everything else. And this was on his bicycle. I'd say this is like from a BMX or something like that. And another thing under that stew, when you tighten it down on the bicycle frame, it keeps this nut that I'm messing with from tightening or loosening. Without it, as you're, like if I let this just go, the chicken will actually tighten or loosen this bearing. So that's why I gotta have the nut on there, is to lock the whatever the preload is I put on this thing. Yeah, but still too loose. I don't want it super tight, but I don't want it loose either. I have no shape between the two. Yep, that'll work just fine. Clip all this grease in with chickens and grease. I don't want to use a cleaner because then it'll get down in the grease in the bearings. Bicycles don't have seals to keep liquid or anything out. I have a roof over my chicken yard, so it'll be perfect for outside. There. And you can see that one shaft, not straight. It's a used bicycle. Worked just fine. Okay, this is the bottom. That's where I drilled all the holes in the wheel to get the foam in it. So, but first I gotta go find a nut, so I'll be back. Plate's pretty darn heavy. up quick. Washer and my nut. I'm going to do the socket because that will be difficult to get this thing put together. Ooh, it's too thick. Just give it a try, maybe it'll tighten up. Maybe. Good. Okay. But she's bent a little bit. Whoa, that's heavy. Okay, my bearing didn't move, so 9/16 to a half inch. I do want to tighten this up so my bearing preload doesn't change. So I put a nut on each side of it. And we'll see what the chickens think of this thing. Okay. There we are. Let's go give it to the chickens. It's heavy enough I have to use both hands, so let's put you guys over here. I know they're not going to like it at first. Chickens never like anything. Just like the swing, they're afraid of it. Now you come out here, and they'll be swinging on it, just sitting on it. So I know they like it. I might have to go get some help because they're already trying to jump out of there. And they're eyeballing that screen I have up there. I really don't want to chase chickens around the garage. We'll need some little help. Alright, I'm back. I figured since I had to clean out all the sawdust anyway to put the wheel in there, we just went ahead and did our 2-day cleaning. So the chicks, I guess, aren't jumping out, so I don't have to have a screen on it. They're really close. They get on top of that little heater and they jump and they hit the screen. So fresh water, fresh food, and there is a merry-go-round. I want them to be used to it so that by the time we put them out in the coop, they'll be able to play on it. Just like the swing, they were afraid of it at first. Now you come out here and it's one of the two white ones, the browns. They'll be actually sitting on it. You'll see their neck going back and forth while they're swinging. So it's pretty cool to watch them. I decided to go out and show you what the wheel looks like. We've moved the chickens from the little brooder we had built into the chicken coop. So it takes a little bit for them to come over, but I wanted to see how they actually get on it and ride it. And then later in this clip, you'll see where I actually built another one and pounded a rod in the ground. So there's one out in the chicken yard and one in the chicken coop now. So I appreciate you watching this video. It's really short. Like and subscribe and see all the other things that I'm doing. I appreciate you watching me. Thanks. Bye.